All right, at this point in time, Swami Aksharatmananda, Ramakrishna Mission, Sri Lanka, is also joining us on the show to talk about this. Swamiji, appreciate you speaking with us. Your time is, of course, valuable here. First question, what does the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya mean to you and to the mission, of course?
Oh, it is a good progress to protect the Sanatana Dharma and to revive the Hindu culture and our ancient traditions. It's a boost to all Hindu people.
The legend of Ramayana in Sri Lanka. What is, Lanka's understanding of this epic?
That is, here, the Ramayana is not kept in a high reverence. Ramayana is known, the Ramayana story is known, but Hinduism here is predominantly Shaivaitic, Shaiva Siddhanta. So, because all are Shaivas, so there's no Vaishnava trace even. Very few Vishnu temples are there. There's no Rama temple. In the recent times, some Hanuman temples have come up. That is the only change. So, Ramayana is known as a story, as a kavya, and people read it. And sometimes they have events, cultural events, lectures, even competitions, etc. on Ramayana, only for the poetic beauty. The Kamba Ramayana is well known here. For the poetical beauty as a literature work, people read it and use it, but not as a deity. Rama is not respected as a deity. He is known as a Ramayana figure, Ramayana hero, that's all. But people, this is undercurrent. The effect of Ramayana, the Rama story, everything is undercurrent. For example, people have their names like Ramanathan, Ramalingam, Rameshwaran, like the names are there. It does not mean they worship Rama. The name is common, it is there, but they will go and worship Shiva only, or either Ganesha or Subramania, Muruga, like that only go. So when they come to worship, they go to Shaivati temples only. Ramayana is non-accepted. That is a social level in Ramayana.
Absolutely, sir. Couldn't agree with you more. So today there is a Ravan temple in Sri Lanka as well. There's also the Ravan cave and of course the waterfall, which are popular tourist destinations today. What more is known about these destinations?
So Ravana story is many people a little apathic toward Rama because they identify this country with Ravana. So Rama came and killed Ravana. So in that way, some people got a little negative idea about Rama. But many people understand that Rama is a Shiva Bhakta, he is a devotee. So in that way, Ravana is kept in a high esteem also. And historically speaking, that Koneshwaram, that famous temple, historical temple, it was considered to be built by Ravana, is known as Dakshina Kailasa, because he wanted to worship that Kailasa Shiva here itself, so he made it. And once he wanted to uproot that hill piece and bring it to his capital, but he could not do it. Shiva got angry and pushed him to the ocean. So that cutting place, even now, it is known as Ravana's cut. So that is a connection with Ravana and this the country. And there is a place known as Sigiriya. There is a palace on the top. It is supposed to be Ravana's palace. And another place near Colombo, the Kalaniya, there is a palace known as Vibhishana's palace. It is told there Vibhishana Patapisham took place. So these are the connections to Ravana I can tell.
So Sitagadi, where Ravan held Sitama captive, is also in Sri Lanka and is currently being developed into a proper temple. Do you think it's necessary to preserve and develop these sites that are, essentially key to the circuit of Ramayana?
Yeah, it is necessary. Then only the things have become, otherwise they will be lost. Even now, people who were listening to the legendary stories and folk songs based on Ramayana is gradually vanishing. Elderly people and their elderly people, maybe great grandfathers, they had listened to the stories and folk songs. With that only, all these pillars have been identified. So it is very good idea to preserve these people and let the people be aware so that they can visit and know that such a great event took place in this country.
Absolutely,
And
sir.
many such
So,
people have been places have been identified in the recent times.
so do you also feel that Indian and Lankan governments can do a lot more to develop the historical ties between our great nations?
Yes, it has been going on for a long time, but the efforts are not sufficient. There's a necessity for both government to come together, join together to develop the tourism between the two countries based on Ramayana tourism. There were so many efforts by individuals and tourist service providers. Even some many individuals, they came and met the ministers and everything. There's a good response, but action taken is somewhat less only. If they can do, it's better. People can understand how things were there in those days. Particularly the younger generation, they are not aware. A few hundred years ago, people are not aware. Now people are aware. Now they are not aware, except for the book knowledge. But book knowledge not sufficient. This actually seeing the places like a visual aid, so it can give impetus, some sort of motivation in their mind, so that they can think of their ancient culture.
So another important question would be, how does the Ramakrishna mission inculcate the teachings of Lord Ram in its day-to-day and its daily activities?
So in our Ramakrishna mission, generally, Ramanavami is celebrated. And in every month, Ekadashi, that is once in 15 days, Ekadashi day, the Ramanama Sankirtanam, a poetical, musical rendering of Rama story. That means Ramayana story set to music in 108 lines. The Ramanama Sankirtanam is sung in all Ramakrishna mission centers. So these are the two things conducted by Ramakrishna mission in general. And any cultural program, etc., we may encourage the Ramayana story, etc., the competition. That goes in a small scale. It varies from place to place, depending on the local background. So here in Sri Lanka, this thing will be a little less. But in other places where Ramayana is very popular and everything, they may be having more activities based on Ramayana.
And so, how important is the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya to all Hindus all around the world, according to you?
This is one way the Hinduism is made to attain Christian glory. Hinduism, ancient, and the Ramayana story is true, it is historical. And there are so many things forgotten in the past due to the influence of different cultures coming into India. So now it has been revived. So in that way, the whole world is looking at Ayodhya and Ram Mandir, that it has been established, or rather we can say re-established and rejuvenated. The Hinduism has been rejuvenated, we can say. It's not only Ramayana or Vaishnavism, but we can say even Sanatana Dharma is getting a boost, is getting a promotion by the Rama temple.
So last question before we let you go. What is your message ahead of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony of the Ram Mandir on the 22nd of this month?
That is, Rama is worshipped for his ideal. life. He is a model, role model. So he has lived a life which can be emulated by any citizen. He is typically a king. He is not a monk. He is not a sannyasi. But he lived like any other king, a householder. So, and his life is full of examples. How he maintained dharma through thick and thin, with all miseries and everything. He never slipped away from the dharma. So he has followed the dharma fully and without any failure. So in that way, he is an ideal man. So Ramo Vigrahavan Naraha, they say in Sanskrit. So that is why Rama is respected, and how he maintained the purity, how he ruled the kingdom, how he maintained the adherence to truth. To keep up the truth, he has to undergo that vanavasa. So in that way, there are so many examples of how he did it. And not only Rama, Rama's brothers also, they also maintained very good reverence. How a brother should live, how a brother should treat his elder brother's wife. Because the elder brother's wife is next to mother. He must respect elder brother's wife also equal to mother. So these are things demonstrated in this life. Like the respecting rishis, sadhus, and maintaining the friendship. Like that many things. At the same time, showing valor in the war, helping those people who helped him. So sammanayamasa sammananiya, like that one place is coming. He honored people, those who deserve that honor. Like that, there are so many things we can tell. And there's no anger in his life towards Kaikeyi. Because of Kaikeyi only he had to go to Vanavasa, but even then he never showed anger. There is no hatredness. He accepted as a truth and went to Vanavasa and derived benefit by accepting the Vanavasa, by meeting the many rishis and taking the blessings. So anything can be converted into a blessing. So it is a blessing in disguise, we can say, for Rama. So he never crestfallen, or he never worried about it, but still maintained his posture. So that is a great achievement for Rama that we have to learn from him. So that is the message. Ramayana stands for that only. Establishment of Dharma.
Absolutely, sir. That's very well articulated. Appreciate you joining us. I really appreciate you taking out the time and speaking with us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.